Well, as a boy, this particular scene would have been very familiar to me. That's supposed to be me on the platform train spotting, and these 3 units would have been a daily occurrence. Now, when these 3 came out, I was absolutely delighted. Finally, I could have a train that I had ridden in. A couple of things about them. I don't care for the head code lighting on the 2 hap. We've talked about that in a previous video, but they could easily have done something about that. In general, I'm very disappointed with lighting. This one here, beautifully lit. But what about the next carriage down, and the next one, and the next one? I can tinker around and get that working. Same thing again on the next one. Middle 2 cars today. Nothing in the front or back. And I believe we've got a head code issue today. We do. So there's no head code on the middle one there. Most of the issue appears to be the appalling electrical connector they've used between the carriages, a 4-pin connector that just doesn't cut it. The pins bend up. Oh wait, do you hear that? Lovely. Had to stop while the compressor kicked in. It does that from time to time. So yes, that middle one does have sound. Rather nice it is too. Let me just show you. You hear the squealing of brakes. Now I've had a little bit of a mess around with settings and so on, and making sure I've got control of it. I do. So we have a head code, and in warm white too, which I prefer over the 90 on the right there. Right, it's time to drive that thing a little bit, and I'm going to stop it right here. And just show you, that the watch the lights. You see that? So that's definitely a connection problem between the 2, and that I will have a look at. But the same thing is true of the next carriage back. So yeah, we've got connection problems again with this one, and it just isn't me being rough, not this time. Now there simply has to be another way of making those connections. Let's bring it back the other way. Of course, the head code lights won't work either if... Oh, they do. See, the head code lights work, and yet the carriage lights don't. Now, isn't that interesting? I'd love a schematic of this thing, just to see what it is they're playing at. This is my branch line, of course, and the trains quite happily shunt backwards and forwards all day long. Another little thing about these is that they don't tend to go round corners all that well. So it's just as well that there's just one big corner on that branch line, isn't it? Now over here in the station, the big station, there is another 4-car EMU. This one used to be a problem child too. When I got it, it was a non-runner, and I had A lot of work to do inside. I completely rewired it using common sense, and it works, so I'm happy with it. And of course the other 2-car EMU, so we have enough trains to run this whole layout in EMU mode. We just don't have enough third rail yet. So the very first piece went in here the other day quite successfully. I've got one more piece laid out beside part of the main line. I'm going to finish off the branch line first. I'm going to get these insulators cleaned up. I need a vacuum cleaner down here. They're the ones I won't be using again. So yeah, that's been a while. So I was over there minding my own business and the sounding tornado kicked in. I have no idea why. That's kind of interesting. Blown its safety valve, I expect. Now this one has a different issue. Some of the lights on this one do work some of the time. I think you can see car 1 very dim, car 2 working, carriage number 3 working, and 4 are not. So again, I've never been inside it other than to put the chip in. And after a few minutes that would come back the other way, or a different train would emerge. So the very simplest of layouts in one sense, an end-to-end branch line with a couple of sidings. I'm absolutely serious. I have no idea how that happened. Well, it's giving us a show, isn't it? Must be something in the computer. Let me get into its programming here. Driver, we're done, okay? Yeah, there we go. That's better. One of the things about DCC is when it throws a fit, it takes some finding. Now, as much as I love the EMUs and the southern region, I was so delighted. I can hear the compressor on one of them kicking in now. I was very disappointed that a number of things about them, they had problems going around corners, they had problems with the connections, they had problems with the lighting. Can we not just do something right? Now, part of the game of model railway operation is learning how to fix things. But as I've said before, it shouldn't be necessary. If you want to tinker, go right ahead. But it shouldn't be necessary. That's all I've got to say about that. But you hear me, I think. As for the sound, I really think it does add something to the layout. I'm not sure with the noisy track and running that those things have, that the running noises of an electrical multiple unit add much. You've seen me install sound on the street organ. And no, I'm not going to press the button today because I know how long it takes to stop. But I have thought about using a similar device under this station, both for underground noises and EMU noises. There's no reason why not. You could have 2 units. You don't really know where the sound is coming from. It would be significantly cheaper. Of course, you've got to get a hold of the sounds, but that's not so difficult. Certainly on the underground, take a phone with you and record some noises. While I've got these out on the main line parked so I could play on the branch line, that's how long an 8-car unit would be were we to run it. Just remembered there's people in there. They're waiting to get out of the train. And there's a driver. You know, I sometimes shock myself. I do things when I get things and I forget all about it. Lovely. Do you know, I did it to the other one too. Look at that. Definitely people in there. And it's definitely not rush hour. Looks like somebody's carrying a nuclear bomb in there or something. Look at that. Do you see it? Great big chip. That's the compromise. Yeah, I do enjoy these. I think they're well made. They run nicely. I'm sure there's plenty of criticism of them. But overall, I've really enjoyed them. Now, whatever I'm going to call this video, I have no idea. Ian messing about on the branch with electrical vehicles. Whatever next. Hey, look, thanks for watching. If you enjoy this stuff, keep clicking away. Let me know what you want to see. Let me know what you want to see me do next. Thanks for watching. See you next time.